County, and welcome into the Wednesday edition of SunTV. I'm Clint Franks. Joining me, as always, is Deanne Campbell. Pretty day today.
It is. Good morning.
Good morning.
It's Wednesday.
It's Wednesday.
We've put another paper to bed. About to get it back in, put them in the boxes, and get ready for next week's
Yeah,
issue.
that's right. I was about to say, hey, you know, we got one put down. We're working on the next one.
That's right. That's right. It's like today's Friday, but tomorrow's Monday.
That's right.
And that's the way it works in the world of newspaper. So what else is going on in the world?
Going on in the world, I think we need to talk about this real quick. If by some chance you did not fill out your income tax yesterday and get that sent on in, you have until midnight tonight. The federal government had some kind of computer glitch yesterday.
Imagine that.
Imagine that. And also a little bit of sad news. Former First Lady Barbara Bush passed away yesterday at age 92.
Very classy lady.
Yes, ma'am.
Very strong woman, a matriarch in her family, the driving force behind that family.
Yeah.
And I know she's going to be sorely missed.
They don't make them like her every day.
No, that's right. She was an incredible person. Just to watch her interact with her family and the way she raised her kids and the way she dealt with the pressures of being in that kind of position was incredible. She was unbendable. Mm-hmm. And it's a sad day for the Bushes and for the United States.
That's absolutely right. Yeah. Flags, American flags are flying at half-staff for her and will do so until sundown of the day of her funeral. Right.
Also, we have got some other news going on locally. We've got several things happening. There is good news for local residents, people who are either living here or are from here. Reverend Tim Pearson of Mount Moriah is celebrating, him and his wife are celebrating 25 years in ministry this coming Sunday at Mount Moriah Church. They're going to have a celebration there at 2:30. Well, it's an 11 o'clock service, and then at 2:30. Reverend Pearson has been at Mount Moriah for 13 years, but in ministry for 25. So that's a good family who is dedicated to service, not only in their church, but in the community as a whole. And we always applaud them for that because they are out there involved in schools, in community, wherever it is that they can find to serve. So we want to say congratulations to them as they celebrate their 25th.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Also, we have in the paper today, don't forget to look for the front page story on a local boy, who's the Toxie boy.
Absolutely,
Patrician Academy graduate B.J. Bonner. And we're going to have a look at some things that B.J. is up to. B.J. is flying, he's a pilot with the NOAA Hurricane Hunters, flying information gathering missions for weather patterns and such. Doing a lot of work flying in the mountain areas up in the north part of the country. And just on the cutting edge of a lot of great things going on with NOAA. One of only about 25 pilots that are actively flying with the NOAA Corps right now. He's already made lieutenant at his age. It's pretty fast rise for BJ. Been pinned as a lieutenant last year. Rose up from junior lieutenant to now senior lieutenant in a very quick pace. He's making some waves in that organization, and we're going to show you a little picture of what BJ does every day of his life.
The job of a hurricane hunter is not for the faint at heart. These brave men and women must fly straight into one of the most destructive forces in nature. Hurricanes are born over the open ocean, and while satellites can track their movement, meteorologists and researchers need to sample the storms directly to get the most accurate information about them. NOAA's Hurricane Hunter fleet includes 2 P-3 turboprop aircraft, as well as a Gulfstream IV jet. The P-3s fly through the storm, encountering devastating winds that can be over 150 miles per hour. The jet can fly higher than the turboprops, gathering data from the upper atmosphere. Both planes have high-tech equipment on board to get the job done, like radar and fixed probes that measure particles in the air. Scientists also deploy drop-wind sondes, which parachute down through the hurricane to the ocean surface, sending back data on pressure, temperature, humidity, and wind. These measurements can help us understand the structure of a storm and the winds that are steering it. The data is used in computer models that help forecasters predict how intense the hurricane will be and where and when it will strike land. Hurricane hunters take a literal look into the eye of a monster formed by nature. Their courage helps further science, which saves lives.
We're excited for BJ and for what he's
Absolutely.
doing. Lieutenant Bonner, let's call him that because he deserves that. He earned that title. And so Lieutenant Bonner is something to be proud of. And he's also an example for other students coming from this area. Just another example of the fact that just because you're from little bitty Choctaw doesn't mean you can't go on to do big things.
That's
We've got a lot
right.
of folks who go to do big things from here. And we want our students who are graduating this year to realize that it's unlimited for them too.
The world does not stop at the county line.
That's right. And we want you to come back home too and bring your success with you. Show us what you're doing. Want to applaud those who are about to graduate. Yeah.
It's here.
It's here. Want to also encourage families of those graduates to come in and make sure you get your graduation ad, your congratulatory ad in the paper in our special section that's coming out mid-May. Those ads are available today and on through May 4th. You can take care of that. Come by, bring some photos. Let us help you say congratulations and give a pat on the back to your special graduate this year. So weather-wise, it looks like we may have a little bit more rain coming in Saturday, right?
It looks like it may actually hold off until Sunday.
Yeah.
But gonna get a little bit. We'll have a little bit more cool weather. It's supposed to turn off cool tomorrow. But take heart. Don't get too upset about the cool weather because I promise you in about a month and a half, we will be
probably
begging
for some of that.
That's
right.
Absolutely.
It's April. So speaking of April, most people during the month of April are thinking about spring cleanup, warmer weather, getting outside and all. But we also, our minds go back to some things that are not so great about the month of April. We've had some pretty significant tornadoes in the state of Alabama in the month of April. We have a look at that today in the newspaper, looking back at some of the history of April tornadoes and how those tornadoes affected the state. I know that locally, we may not remember those that are really far back, and there were some big ones back in 1920s and all, but since then, nobody can forget April 27th, 2011. And so people not only from Choctaw but all over the state will probably not forget that for a long, long time. But take a look at that. It's really interesting to look at what happened in the month of April when it comes to weather patterns in the state. Pretty significant things. So we have that in the paper today just to look at tornadoes that happened in the month of April. We hope you'll enjoy reading this week's issue. A lot of good things in there. Some sports information in there regarding some new changes for the AHSAA football-wise. Clint's got a story in there on the idea of doing some instant replay for high school football. And I think that's a very interesting and probably going to take off and be very, very welcomed.
Yes and no. We'll just say this: we will see.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, that's right. Well, we're going to close today with a look at our sponsor that has been advertising with us on SunTV for a few weeks now, Coles Barber College. Let's take a look at what they're doing out there at Coles. Thank you for watching today.
If you've been looking for a way to turn your job or future into a career, the answer is here. Coles Barber College is now accepting new students. You will learn hands-on barbering skills in 12 months and get prepared to pass the state board exam to become a licensed professional. Students will be taught the fundamentals for landing promising jobs and business ownership. Day and night classes are available to fit your schedule. Stop by today for more information or to get registered. Don't just keep wishing. Start your future today.